Hello everybody. Welcome back to another video today on the Presence Pillars course. Super excited for today's lesson. It is the most important lesson. If you have less than 500 followers, every single detail of this course has led up to this point for you right here. Everything has educated you to a point where you can master the art of building your online presence with the right infrastructure, and we're going to provide that infrastructure for you directly on today's video. If you have less than 500 followers, then this is for you. If you have more than 500 followers, please go to pillar 2 content strategy template or pillar 3 content strategy template. This is only if you have less than 500 followers. So what to expect. In today's lesson, we're going to overview the importance of following your strategy, the exact content strategy template you need to be following, how to come up with content topics, and how to follow your specific strategy. So it's very important that we discuss the following elements together. This is the most important part of the course. Everything that we have worked on, that you have seen so far, leads you back to this point over here with the course. This lesson is basically breaking down every content style that you learn, every detail about the algorithm, all summarized into a winning content strategy for yourself. On this winning content strategy, it is your template that you're going to be able to leverage, and it is forever going to be updated. I'm recording this today on September 27th because the strategy is always changing. This is 2 days before the actual launch of the course, because what worked 1 month ago is different than now. This strategy will be forever updated for you as we continue to update the program and we see what else is new inside of the algorithm. So what you see is what is working right now, and this will be updated as well too. So there are 3 strategies so far. One if you have less than 500 followers, one if you have 500 to 5K, and then one to $5,000 followers plus. Every strategy is different on purpose because we want purposeful content. I do not want you guys doing the bare minimum basic strategy if it wastes your time. I'm looking for the most efficient way for you to create the greatest amount of content and the least amount of time to get you to become a personal brand and reach the next level. So what you see in this video is an overall breakdown. You will see new updates in the announcements channel in our Skool community with videos breaking down new elements. So the strategy is based on a few elements, and we're going to break it down together right now. So, interview process, understanding all the content types, creating the content topics, and optimization. This is the system. The interview the interview process that Aaron already recorded that you guys can see in the previous lesson, that interview is what you're going to be doing to yourself, so you can ask yourself the right questions to help you fill out the actual content strategy elements right over here that you're going to see today. You're going to take all of the answers that you had from that interview, and you're going to fill out all of these individual sections, and we're going to discuss them all together today as well too. And then from there, you're going to come up with content topics. So let's go ahead and look over the content strategy together right now. So what you see in front of you is the template of the content strategy if you have less than 500 followers. This is what's working right now for our current clients. So you have value tweets, you have specific themes, you have optionals, non-negotiables. What does all of this stuff mean? Let's discuss it all together. So every single day of the week, you have a specific theme. Right? These are called daily themes. So every Monday will be around a specific topic. Every Tuesday will be around a specific topic. Every Wednesday will be a specific topic. You can click on this and you have to create the topic for your own specific offer. If I was in the conversion rate optimization niche, my daily theme for Monday may be product pages. Then my Tuesday may be analytics. Then my Wednesday may be low-hanging fruits. Then my Thursdays will be creating hypotheses and tests. If I was an email marketer, then it would be campaigns, and Tuesday would be flows, and then Wednesday would be we would say maybe segmentations, and Thursday was launches. If I was a content creator niche, Monday would be ghostwriting, Tuesday would be content writing, Wednesday would be optimization, Thursday would be getting leads and promotions. Every day of the week is different based on a subcategory. Okay. Now, you only need to write one value tweet a day. What is a value tweet? A value tweet is a 280 character tweet, maximum 280 characters, my friends. How do you actually create a value tweet? Well, it's based off of questions that you're going to create for yourself. So once you define a topic for your account, you need to come up with 10 questions. You can use ChatGPT for this as well too. That's what we're currently using. So if our topic for the day is problems with creatives, what are the most common problems DTC brands have with creatives? What are the most common top of funnel creative issues for DTC brands? What are the most common hook issues for DTC brands? These are questions that your perfect prospect has, FAQs, and your objective is to answer those questions with value tweets. Now, there's 7 different types of value tweets. You guys can watch this video for more of a breakdown, of course, but number 1 is a normal technical breakdown. This is your 6 ways to improve your brand's creatives. Then there's a story. Then there's opinions. Then there's common enemy, a selling outcome, trends, and one-liners. Let's discuss each of them right now. So your Monday, you want to write one value tweet. What are the most common problems DTC brands have with their creatives? You're going to write a normal technical breakdown tweet for it. So here are the 6 most common problems DTC brands have with their creatives. That is a value tweet that's technical. Or you can make it into a story. I just finished working with a brand in the CPG niche, and here's the biggest lesson I learned from him when it comes to scaling creatives and the biggest problem that they have, and then you expand on it. Opinion. I truly believe that the greatest type of creative a DTC brand can have is this, but they always face this same one problem, and then explain the problem. Common enemy, selling the outcome, trends, one-liners, etc. You are going to click on this video right over here, my friends, and then watch the examples of all the different types of value tweets. Super simple. Next up is your tweet inspirations. Open this sheet up right here, and you are going to see multiple tweet inspirations that you can use while you are actually writing your tweets. So, for example, I can open this, I can open this, I can open this, I could open this. So if the question is what are the most common problems DTC brands have with creating creatives, well, let's look at all of these as inspirations. This was a tweet that I wrote. If I was starting up a marketing agency in 2023, I would choose blah, blah, blah. What you could do here is if I was creating a creative for a DTC brand in the pets niche, here are 3 problems that I would have to avoid, right? Same right here. People who are exceptionally good at talking are usually less skilled at execution. DTC brands are usually exceptional at XYZ, are really bad at ABC, right? So then you're just providing value and answering questions based off of these inspirations and these different tweet structures. So you want to have one value tweet every single day. Simple. Mondays, you also have something called authority long form posts for the week with an image. What does this mean? This is a long form tweet, which is, I'm going to show you right now what a long form tweet looks like. I can pull this up right over here. And this right here, this is an authority post. I have a screenshot of revenue, my friends, a revenue screenshot that is broken down into a long form tweet right over here, or a thread. You guys can do a thread as well too. Your objective here is super simple. Your objective, let me pull this back up. Your objective is to write a long form post about some sort of case study or screenshot of a result that you may have already resulted for people, right? You may have already given that outcome to a specific perfect client of yours, and you're going to talk about that on X and expand on it. Daily engagement. Every day you need to be engaging with people, right? How do you engage with people? Reply to other people daily. This is not just me replying to your own post. So if someone responds right here and I'm responding back, that's great. You also need to be going on your timeline and scrolling down on your timeline and seeing some posts. For example, we see this one just right over here. I can go ahead and respond back with a comment, and I have a video on this. Just to let you guys know, this is very important. This is just an overview of your template. You guys can go to module 2, and in module 2 we discuss every single of these content types individually and in their own custom video. So this is just an overview on those styles. Okay, then you have your long form video breakdowns. The example is Brandon Ham right here. He recorded a 3 to 5 minute Loom video. In that 3 to 5 minute Loom video, you guys can see that he just shared his screen and he expanded on it into a long form post. You need to be doing this. Twitter right now, or X right now, is favoring, guys. It is favoring video content. It is pushing it to the top. You need to make sure, you have to make sure that you are going to be posting these videos throughout the actual respective content strategy days. Simple. Tuesday, now you have a value tweet, but you already know what that is. Now what you need to do is have a broad question. What is a broad question? So like we said, X is all about discussions now. Growth is no longer coming only from retweets. It was ultimate exposure back in the day, but now if you want to, you have to incentivize discussions. So what are the questions that you can do? There's 2 types of questions. Let's go ahead and make this number 2. Asking questions in our current content at the end of a value tweet. This is a great example right over here. Let's open up this tweet. This individual asked this one question where she said, I notice almost every big account's tweets are all framed as questions. Why do you think that is? 1 million views. You're doing something very similar. At the end of your tweet, ask a question. Then they're just polarizing questions. Be polarizing without, let's break this to, without telling people what to think. Be polarizing without giving my opinion. For example, AI is destroying the SEO industry. Do you agree or disagree? Ask one of these every single day or respect it to your strategy and state your opinion in the comments. Do this daily. It's what we want to basically try for. For your account, we don't need to be doing this one daily anymore. That worked in the past, but this is the new updated variation. Okay, and then promo tweet. You want to promote yourself on a Tuesday, and then that is it. You're promoting yourself once throughout the entire week. That is it. When you're less than 500 followers, you should not be promoting. People want to see you as a real value source. Provide real value. How do you promote? Please watch the promotional video that we created. Wednesday now. Value tweet. Daily engagement, you know how to do these two now. Easy. Let's talk about these two. Story long form posts for the week. Well, it's the exact same as this, the authority one, but now it's based off of a story. So if we go back to my account here, I just wrote a story 2 days ago, or yesterday rather. The first client that paid me 4 figures asked for a refund. I remember promising in the world, and then I had an image. It always has to have an image connected to it. If it relates or doesn't. If you don't have an image that relates, just put any freaking image out there. Twitter's loving it right now. So you want to have a story long form post on your Wednesdays, and then a mind map. A mind map is a visual breakdown post, and I'm going to show you what that looks like. You are basically breaking down the steps it takes to reach a specific outcome. So here's a mind map example that Carl made. Carl was an old client of ours, absolutely killed it. And this is one of our templates right over here. You actually have templates on your mind maps as well too, and I'm going to share that resource with you guys right after this as well. Here are your actual mind map templates. You guys can go ahead and click on the link that is directly on this mind map for the week for you right here, and you guys can scroll down. I would recommend avoiding the Canva ones for right now and focus more on the Figma ones. All the Figma ones have tutorials and templates for you, as well as the entire breakdown on how to leverage these for your own specific account as well too. So please click on this link right here. You want a Wednesday, you want a mind map. Thursday, you know how to do this, you know how to do this. Easy. Now you want a long form video breakdown, you know how to do this as well too. We just discussed this. The last thing is sharing a massive resource. I don't know if you guys know what an auto DM is. An auto DM is where, I don't know if I'll be able to find one directly on my Twitter account right now, where someone says retweet and like this post and we'll give you the specific resource. So that is potentially going to be getting you banned right now. There is no 100% transparency from the algorithm saying it is against the algorithm. However, there are little teases that say any sort of forced engagement or manipulative engagement can get you banned. So we're avoiding them for right now. So what are we doing instead? There are 2 directions you can go in. Route 1 is a thread with a resource in tweet 3. So it's a thread or a long form post where you have a hook, and the hook that you tease that you're going to be dropping a resource, the value, resource link, value, and then close off the thread. Very, very, very important. Okay. And then route 2 is the exact same, but you're leading people towards your email list. You're going to be doing this one about twice on a weekly basis. Friday, value tweet, video breakdown. You're going to take the mind map that you recorded and you're going to record it as a video now. So a perfect example is what Fraser is actually doing, a client of ours. And you can see that Fraser literally just records the mind map and he expands on it, and it's doing exceptionally well for his account right now. This is an easy, efficient way to create content. Then you have your Saturday. Now you're actually creating a thread. Okay, what is a technical thread? A technical thread is a technical strategy based on breaking down specific steps. So what is an example of this? Let's open up Dylan Anders' account. You guys already have the thread breakdown that Aaron made, but this is just another example. He has his hook right over here. Super simple, and then he expands on the technical elements. This is what you got to be posting on this specific day, and that is essentially it, my friends. This is your content strategy if you have less than 500 followers. Inside of the school community, you guys have full access to this as well too. All you have to do right over here is go to go to the specific community section right here, and then you can go less than 500 followers, and then you have the template. You just follow these steps right here, and that is essentially it. Otherwise, guys, if you have any other questions, do not hesitate to ask. Thank you.